Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Gibson of Keystone Bible Institute, and I'm glad you could join us for this interview I have with Jamie Bloom. Jamie, glad to have you with us today.
Thank you.
And Jamie was one of our students in the, which class did you take?
I took Hearing God's Voice,
Right.
and I took the prophetic class as
That's
well.
right, you had two classes.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit your experience at Keystone Bible and your classes, Jamie.
You know, it was just a way to plug into, into the Bible. You know, a way to have people connect together and receive wisdom and knowledge from our leaders. You know, I just think that really it was just something where we were keeping on in a learning situation with topical. Everything was topical, and we had homework and things like that or whatever, and we would have tests and stuff like that, just like you do in school.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for me, it was just a way to to commit myself to doing something or whatever, being with a group of people that are aiming towards one goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how did you, I know a lot of people have enrolled in How to Hear God's Voice.
Mm-hmm.
That probably was a game changer for you.
It was definitely good. Yeah, it was really eye opening for sure. Yeah.
And then the prophetic course was really
Yeah.
something different for
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of us, but a good learning experience.
It was patience too. It was one of those things where, had to
Yes.
climb up their rope of
Yes.
patience for sure.
Yeah. And I know you're planning to take some courses in the fall.
I am.
We have 4 courses starting right after Labor Day. How to live naturally, supernaturally on Monday nights. Christian church history on Tuesday nights. Theology, which I believe everybody should have because it will teach you to know what you believe, why you believe it, and how to defend it. And then a new class that we're offering on Thursday night is the Bible, the intertestamental period. Now, the intertestamental period is that time between and Protestant's Bible, between Malachi and Matthew. There's a blank page, but that's 400 years of history we're going to discover. The Dead Sea Scrolls, and we're also going, I added a course to that, how did we actually get our Bible? So that's going to be an exciting course on Thursday night.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so I know you're signed up for what, theology class?
Yes.
Oh, that would be, you'll find that to be a challenging class, but a great class.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So is there any special, as we went through the 2 hours, these classes usually 2 hours, is there any, we have discussion time. Of course, you've done some reading ahead of time, then we have discussion time, and then we have kind of a prayer time. Was there anything special in either courses that stood out in your mind that you really appreciated?
I guess just quieting myself down or whatever was one of the big things. Is just there's a lot of things going on in this world continuously through our busy lifestyles, and
sure
so to actually quiet yourself down isn't the most easy thing to do sometimes. Sometimes you actually have to take some space. Actually make an appointment for downtime.
Right.
To say, okay,
Right.
I'm taking these 2 hours, and I just need to be alone for that time. You know what I mean? Whether it's a walk in the park, whether it's a drive in the car, whether it's just sitting at home or whatever, but just asking God and waiting for a response, and having an expectancy of that
And
response.
that's one of the things you learned in How to Hear God's Voice.
Yeah.
The 4 keys to hearing God's voice is to quiet yourself down, and then focus on Jesus, and tune into the Holy Spirit within you, and then write it down.
Right.
And when we've asked all the students which of the 4 is the hardest, it's overwhelmingly getting quiet, quieting yourself down.
Yeah, and then
I found that true myself.
Yes, absolutely. And one thing that I started doing is writing down victories as well.
Yes, amen.
Yes,
Yes.
I recently had a situation where I prayed for somebody. I felt that God telling me something, and so I spoke it to them. And then a few months later, they posted on Facebook that they had a phenomenal month about what we prayed about. It was great.
Yeah. Well, and the reason we write it down in a journal, because when we're going through some dark times or times of when we wonder where the Lord is, we kind of look back in our journal, and what does that do? That revives us, how He spoke to us and came through.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, I'm glad to have you a part of Keystone Bible. The classes are 8-10 people, and we have a time of sharing. Although the How to Hear God's Voice is usually a larger class because a lot more people want to get into that.
Yeah, for sure.
So hope. What would you say to those out in Facebook land or where we're sending this about Keystone Bible?
It's definitely something that I would recommend to everybody and anybody. You know, it's a way to partner up with other people and, you know, to just hear God's voice. You know what I mean? And ask God what what class He thinks you might want to take. You know, it's definitely a learning situation. The classes are small enough to where you can get more of a one-on-one as well, so you don't feel left out. You know. And yeah, I think they're long enough too, where we have enough time in the beginning and at the end of the class, whatever, to follow up with things. So yeah, I think they're fantastic.
Yes. Well, thanks, Jamie, for joining us at these testimonials for Keystone Bible Institute, and we'll look forward to coming fall to start our new course on For You Theology.
Yes, sir.
Glad to have you aboard.
Thank you.